I respect your time, so I'm not going to needlessly repeat things that you already know. I am making this video for the same reason that a lot of other people will be making similar videos, to opportunistically capitalize on the recent apology video that he made. Now, I'm not really going to talk that much about it because I think it's kind of a waste of time to sit here and arbitrate on like a case that doesn't exist. I think it's very easy to get into the mindset of like, oh, I'm watching a video that's talking about how somebody did a bad thing. This is morally good what I'm doing. No, you're doing a thing to be entertained. People who make videos about internet drama are making entertainment, even if it's about a serious subject. No, this video is not a fucking arbitration. It's more than anything just about that sort of relationship, just parasocial relationships, I guess. There's like something wrong with the like whole idea of this like accountability thing. As if like the way things are is just so good. It's so perfect that the only important thing is to hold individual people accountable for shit. And I'm not saying that like that's totally a waste. The story that started all of this, it's important to note, is mainly a story about the healthcare system. That is what Sabrina's video covered. That's the main thing. But of course, because it's this game of fucking internet personalities, it ends up eventually being reduced to like, is Gus Johnson a good guy who will go to heaven, or is he a bad guy who will go to hell? Which of the ones is he? It's like just fucking knuckle dragging idiot, dummy, little stupid baby talk. And so I'm just going to talk about it from my perspective, the way that I feel about this situation and the way that I have felt. It's something that I kind of was thinking about making a video on for a while, but I'm only now doing it, and I'm only doing it because I can capitalize off of a wave of interest in Gus Johnson, which is why anybody's doing it. Bear in mind, I'm just being honest with you. The thing is Gus Johnson is somebody who was pretty majorly inspirational to me. Whenever I was starting making videos back on my other YouTube channel that I had with some friends, like that was a lot of sketches. And it's pretty plain like that I'm getting a lot of that inspiration from him. And the way that like I want these sketches to work out. I mean, it's not just that, obviously. I think that they're generally unique, but I even made a whole video about it. My favorite sketches that I made on my sketch channel, back on my sketch channel before I had this one, was Microwave Man, which is very, very clearly derivative of Pillow Guy. Now, in that video, I was sort of limp-dicked and like a bit of a pussy about like whether or not I'd ripped him off or stolen his joke. I didn't. I'm confident in saying that I could have used the exact same character that he had, and it still would have been a different experience than watching one of his videos. So it's not like I don't feel bad about it, but it was one of those things where it's like at the time, and it's important to note, like before any of this stuff happened, Gus Johnson was pretty, like, it's like, how could he do a bad thing? Like, what a nice guy. And again, I'm not just trying to fucking catalog the way in which Gus Johnson's public perception has changed over time, but that's why I felt less comfortable just saying like, yeah, no, I don't think that I ripped him off. It's a similar video, and somebody who watched Gus Johnson would be able to make the comparison, and I would say that that is perfectly valid, but also it's original. It is still mine. It is still different. And a lot of other videos on my channel were similarly inspired by Gus Johnson. And even on this channel, where I make mostly long-form commentary stuff, he made commentary videos, and I really, really like those videos. It was literally how I was introduced to his channel. They are some of the commentary videos I was really pulling from. And like some element of the content that he makes is still like in the DNA. It's still in the fucking DNA of my channel. It was legitimately upsetting to see, because the way that I experienced this is I saw him make a post on Twitter, and I sort of describe how I figured it out on my podcast, I was legitimately quite upset. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of easy to just think about, but whenever you start talking about it, it becomes like suddenly something that's really upsetting and difficult. Like, there was a point whenever I was recording that and I was talking to Zach, and I did have to cut off what I was saying and change the subject because like I was almost going to cry. But like, that's not a normal thing for me to be that affected by. That's not the most upsetting thing to happen that year. That was my dog dying. That was much more upsetting. But that's probably the second most upsetting thing, maybe. Maybe the third, I don't know. It's up there though. It's up there. I was not prepared for that to happen, and it was hard whenever it did. I don't know. Part of this video is just me wanting to express that. You know, I was very inspired by him, and it really bothered me. But like, also, it like shouldn't have in the way that it did. This is a person I listen to like every week, and I think, and you know, I like go to work and I listen to stuff, and like the whole appeal, I guess, of like this sort of parasocial relationship is this kind of positive feeling you would generally get from interacting with somebody else. You get some of that whenever you listen to like people on a podcast or something, but you don't have to expend the energy that you would normally spend engaging in conversation. That's why podcasts are as appealing as they are, I think, at least for podcasts like that one and some of the other ones that I listen to. But it's not, like, on some level, I'm not sure that it is healthy. I never at any point have ever met, talked to, or interacted with Gus Johnson. He's never liked a tweet I made. He's never replied to anything I've ever said. None of that has ever happened. But it feels a lot more personal than it should, and that it ought to. The way parasocial relationships operate is mostly bad, but it is especially, I think, bad and harmful to continue to engage if you have a relationship with Gus Johnson or the people that he's interacted with after it starts really making you feel bad. If you feel really bad about this situation and like it's upsetting, you just shouldn't watch the apology video. You shouldn't be watching this video. You know, you should be doing something else. This is not a relationship that you should be invested in. You should not be. This is something that is bad, I think, for everybody that's involved. People were harassing Gus's little brother because of this. Like, what's the guy supposed to do? Is he supposed to publicly disown his brother? Like, is that what the expectation is? To be clear, I'm not trying to make some sort of fucking statement on like cancel culture or anything like that. This is very much about parasocial relationships. I think it depends a lot on how you engage with it. I think that there has to be a way that you're able to sort of separate yourself from this. And like needing to know every little answer is one of the fucked up things. Like, why should his brother have to comment on this? That's psychotic. That is insane to expect. It is gross. Like, legitimately, if you genuinely believe some shit like that, you're a gross person. I mean, it's fine though. Like, I don't know. You're chill. You go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I don't mind. But I do think it's fucking disgusting. That's a disgusting thing to do. I remember Eddie Burback made an apology. He had to make a statement, which he should not have had to make, should not have been expected to make, right? This is an especially personal issue. It's not like Gus Johnson like said the N-word or was racist or something. He was shitty to someone in his personal life, and he was dishonest with a bunch of other people in his personal life. This is like such a personal thing that like nobody should have to make a statement about it. And, you know, and no fucking, I don't hate this person or anything, but somebody in the replies to Eddie Burback's statement was like, way to go, Eddie. Finally, a statement that isn't just blindly defending somebody. Finally, somebody holding somebody else accountable. It just made me want to like vomit. They're like analyzing the situation through like within like the context of YouTube apologies. They're like, or like statements about bad shit people have done on YouTube. They're like, finally, dude. Finally, not all those people who I make fun of. Finally, it's about time. It's about time we have real content creators that will address issues in their personal life because of overwhelming pressure from outside fucking parties. I mean, maybe he would have made a statement anyways. Still, like, it just grosses me out. It's fucking nasty, dude. I hate it. I hate the whole community around this shit. You know, full of people just blindly speculating bullshit. Just blindly fucking assuming, like, oh, this is probably this. You know, oh, does Finn Johnson secretly sneak in a message that was anti-Sabrina? I hope somebody watching this doesn't know what I'm talking about, so that sounds as fucking stupid as it is. But I mean, in context, it's even worse. It's like actively irresponsible and malicious. He had to make a video and be like, no guys, I wasn't being a human piece of shit like somebody for some reason just assumed. This isn't to say that I think that like people that engage in this shit are the worst people ever or anything like that. Again, I don't want to make a big judgment call about it, but I don't think it's good. I think it's bad. I think there's something wrong that people do this, that this sort of speculation about people, it's like, fuck, can you speculate about something else? Like anything else? Speculate about fucking pedophiles, speculate about billionaire pedophiles. That's fun. At least there's like, yeah, you can say probably, first off, probably true. Second off, fuck them, who cares? Like, who cares, dude? A fucking is fucking Bill Gates gonna get comments about being a pedophile? Is poor little Jeff Bezos gonna get accused of being a pedophile by what a few thousand people? Dude, even if there wasn't anybody propagating a conspiracy theory about it, people would still assume that. You know, he's that famous of a celebrity. Is Bill Clinton a pedophile? Oh no, don't accuse Bill Clinton of being a pedophile. Don't accuse poor little Bill Clinton. Don't accuse poor little Donald Trump of being a pedophile. That's fun, that's cool, you know? They don't read it. They're never going to see it, you know? Let's suppose that there was some harm that would be done to them. Good, I don't care. I think the expectations around being in a fucking community on the internet, around being a person who's collaborated with other people, those expectations are just fucking nasty to me. What the fuck do you want them to do? What, are they going to say some magic word to undo a bad thing? Like, no, they're not. You just want to know. You just want the entertainment. You want the feeling of like, I know the whole story. I know the story of how Gus Johnson abused his girlfriend. I know the whole story. I know how every one of my commentary channels that I am subscribed to, I know how each and every one of them felt. I know what each and every one of them did. It's like, fucking, you don't deserve that. You shouldn't want that. That is a fucking weird, like, I get that you want, it's like, I think that, like, people have like framed that as like wanting closure, but it's like, you don't deserve that. You shouldn't get that. You shouldn't. You should be denied that, and you should know that you are being denied that. Those are my thoughts mainly. You know, it was something that personally upset me, and the responses to it upset me even more. Most of my videos are actually a bit more positive than this. Also a lot more crass. You want to see me turn a rubber ducky into a pocket pussy, you can watch that video. You want to see me talk about a movie, there's another video. You want to see me on a podcast, there's another channel where I do a podcast. Thanks for watching, and you know what? If somebody else makes a video about this, maybe don't watch it and watch one of my videos instead. That's the moral of this story. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you'll stick around, buddy. But hopefully you'll stick around, okay? I won't abuse my girlfriend. I won't betray your trust in me, the person who you know. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.